Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the epic story of the Misfortunate Bastards. We're going to cover every single major story beat so far, charting their journey from what looked like a simple rescue mission into a massive, city-spanning conspiracy. Let's get right into it.
So our story kicks off right after the bastards have saved a bunch of orphans. But on the way back to safety, this nightmare, a beholder, just emerges from the shadows. It doesn't really attack, though. Instead, it demands one of the kids, a boy named Taryn. And before the party can even figure out what's happening, it takes one of them down and just snatches the boy.
And here's where it gets really weird. The creature left something behind. 55 platinum pieces, just sitting on the ground. You see, this wasn't some random monster attack. It was a cold, calculated transaction. A horrifying abduction was treated like a simple purchase. And the plot just keeps getting thicker. When the party finally makes it to the orphanage, guess who's already there? Taryn, totally fine with zero memory of anything that just happened. But before they can even begin to unravel that chilling mystery, they get hired for a more, let's say, conventional job. Go check out some goblin raids. A task that points them to a very, very suspicious place called Oryx Bathhouse. So the bathhouse owner, this one-eyed dwarf named Orak, is hostile from the get-go. And when the party finds a hidden door, well, he and his whole staff attack, revealing their true forms. They're were-rats. In the fight that follows, our heroes come out on top, and they find not only a magical decanter of endless water, but the real prize, a secret staircase, leading down into the dark right under the city. So, let's head down into those caverns, because what they found down there was no ordinary goblin problem. No, this was something far more organized and a whole lot more dangerous. And this just shows you the huge leap in threat level. I mean, these were not your run-of-the-mill goblins. They used coordinated tactics, they could turn invisible, and they were armed with magical weapons. We're talking crossbows that fire magic missiles, wands that spew acid, and spheres that create total silence. You just know a much smarter, much more powerful force had to be leading them.
Now, during these brutal fights with these super goblins, they found something that would become absolutely essential for their survival. On the body of a fallen dwarf, they found this, the Silver Key of Bastion. It's a magic key that can turn any doorway into a portal to a private, secure mansion, a perfect safe house to rest and regroup right in the middle of a hostile dungeon, a real game changer.
Okay, let's get into this part, because those highly trained goblins, they were just the first thread they pulled on. They were starting to uncover this complex web of secret organizations fighting a hidden war right in the shadows of Cauldron. So they pushed deeper into the dungeon was just relentless. After this insane bridge crossing, they come face to face with a crazy powerful bugbear vampire named Drakthar. The fight was so brutal they had to retreat all the way back to the surface. And it's there that they stumble upon this massive lakeside concert headlined by a famous singer named Izzy. But after the show, Izzy secretly meets with them and reveals she's actually a member of a group called the Red Claw Guild. And Izzy warns them about a super dangerous rival group operating in Cauldron, the Cage Rights. They're this evil cabal known for these horrible things called soul cages, and just them being in the city means everyone is in grave danger. So, this is the crucial moment, right? The bastards realize the goblin raids aren't the real problem at all. They're just a symptom of a much bigger, nastier disease infecting the whole city. With the stakes now astronomically higher, the party itself goes through this dramatic transformation. You know, before they can face that darkness again, the Fellowship is tested, it's broken, and in the end, it's reforged into something totally new. First thing that happens, their sorceress, Rose, just leaves, suddenly. She leaves this cryptic note about urgent personal business and tells the group not to follow her. And just like that, they're down a member. At the exact same time, their wizard, Rothan, reaches out to the Red Claw Guild for help. He gets summoned away, and when he comes back, he's different. He's been reforged from a wizard into a powerful warlock, and now he's wielding all these formidable new arcane powers. And finally, as they're getting ready to go back down into the dark, a newcomer shows up, a ranger named August, who, it turns out, was looking for Rose. When he learns she's missing and that there's a vampire threatening the city, he offers his bow to their cause. The Fellowship is whole again. So, now they're bolstered by new power and a new ally. This remade Fellowship returns to the depths. They break through the final door to the vampire's lair, and there he is. Drakthar is waiting for them, surrounded by all his treasures and his thralls. The final showdown is about to begin. The battle was just a storm of steel and maggot and swarming rats everywhere. Drekthar was terrifying, regenerating from wounds almost as fast as they could deal them. But in the end, it was a mighty roaring swing from Garth, the barbarian, that cleaved right through the vampire lord, turning his body to ash and ending his reign of terror for good.
But, a victory in Cauldron is always short-lived. It seems like the end of one darkness just reveals the next, bigger shadow that was looming right behind it. Their work was far from over.
While they were clearing out the last pockets of resistance in the dungeon, the bastards find this tattered journal. And the pages inside reveal the true, horrifying purpose of these tunnels. This place wasn't just a lair for goblins and vampires. It was a secret training ground for a half-orc mercenary army. And this discovery changes everything. They find a tunnel that leads from this dungeon network all the way down the side of the volcano, outside the city walls. This whole complex is a hidden artery, a secret back door for an entire army to march directly into the heart of Cauldron, totally bypassing all of its defenses. A full-scale invasion is being planned.
And this slide just perfectly lays out their current impossible situation. Right as they discover this imminent threat to their own home, the Red Claw Guild sends them a new mission, an urgent, high-priority job in a faraway land. So now they're completely torn between their duty to the guild that gave them power and their duty to protect the city they just bled to save.
Which leaves us with this final, lingering question. They are standing at a crossroads. The fate of an entire city is in one hand, and the orders of a powerful secret society are in the other. Their choice is going to set the stage for the entire next chapter of this incredible saga.